Hey guys, welcome to our CSEC lecture series for POB. Today we'll be covering these topics. Sole proprietorship, partnership, holding companies, multinational companies, joint ventures, syndicate and franchise, cooperatives, non-profit organizations, economy, types of economic systems, advantages and disadvantages of these systems. So let's get started in. Our first set of topics are based on business organizations. Topic 1, sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is a type of business where an individual owns and operates the company on their own. This means that they are responsible for making all of the decisions, taking on all of the risks, and reaping all of the profits. One of the benefits of being a sole proprietor is that it is relatively easy to set up and run. All you need to do is register your business with the government and start selling your goods or services. However, it's important to note that as a sole proprietor, you are personally liable for any debts or legal issues that may arise. There are many different types of businesses that can be run as a sole proprietorship. For example, a freelance writer or artist may choose to operate as a sole proprietor. This allows them to have complete control over their work and the direction of their business. Another example of a sole proprietorship is a small retail store. Imagine you have always dreamed of opening your own boutique selling handmade clothing and accessories. As a sole proprietor, you would be in charge of every aspect of the business, from sourcing materials and designing the products, to setting up the store and interacting with customers. While being a sole proprietor can be challenging at times, it can also be extremely rewarding. You get to be your own boss and have the freedom to make all of the decisions about your business. Plus, you get to keep all of the profits, which can be a major incentive to work hard and grow your business. Of course, running a sole proprietorship also means you have to be a jack of all trades. You may find yourself doing everything from accounting and marketing to cleaning and repairing equipment. But hey, at least you'll never be bored. In conclusion, a sole proprietorship is a type of business where an individual owns and operates the company on their own. While it can be challenging, it can also be extremely rewarding, allowing you to be your own boss and have complete control over your work. Just be prepared to wear many hats and be ready for a wild ride. Partnership. A partnership is a type of business where two or more individuals come together to run a company. In a partnership, the owners share the profits and losses of the business equally or according to the terms of a partnership agreement. There are three main types of partnerships: general partnerships, limited partnerships, and limited liability partnerships. In a general partnership, all of the partners have equal control and are personally liable for the debts and legal issues of the business. A limited partnership has both general partners, who have control and are personally liable, and limited partners, who do not have control and are not personally liable. A limited liability partnership offers limited liability to all partners, meaning that they are not personally responsible for the debts and legal issues of the business. One example of a partnership is a law firm. Imagine you and your friend have always dreamed of starting your own law practice. As partners, you would share the responsibilities of running the business and making decisions. You would also share the profits and losses equally. Another example of a partnership is a small bakery. Perhaps you and your cousin have a passion for baking and decide to open a bakery together. As partners, you would share the responsibilities of managing the business, creating recipes, and interacting with customers. While partnerships can be a great way to start a business, it's important to carefully consider who you want to partner with. It's a good idea to have a written partnership agreement in place to clearly outline the roles and responsibilities of each partner and to protect everyone's interests. In conclusion, a partnership is a type of business where two or more individuals come together to run a company and share the profits and losses. There are three main types of partnerships: general, limited, and limited liability. Partnerships can be a great way to start a business, but it's important to carefully consider who you want to partner with and to have a written agreement in place. Just be sure to choose a partner who won't drive you crazy. Partnership deed. A partnership deed is a legal document that outlines the terms and conditions of a partnership. It is a contract between the partners that sets out their rights and responsibilities, as well as the rules for how the partnership will be run. A partnership deed is an important tool for any partnership, as it helps to avoid misunderstandings and disputes between the partners. It can also provide protection for the partners in the event of a disagreement or a change in circumstances. There are several key elements that should be included in a partnership deed. These include the names and addresses of the partners, the nature of the partnership business, the capital contributions of the partners, the profit and loss sharing arrangements, the roles and responsibilities of the partners, and the process for resolving disputes. One example of a partnership deed is in a small consulting firm. Imagine you and your friend have started a consulting firm together, offering advice and guidance to small businesses. In your partnership deed, you would outline the capital contributions of each partner, the profit and loss sharing arrangements, and the roles and responsibilities of each partner. Another example of a partnership deed is in a restaurant. Perhaps you and your siblings have decided to open a restaurant together. In your partnership deed, you would include details about the capital contributions of each partner, the profit and loss sharing arrangements, and the roles and responsibilities of each partner. In conclusion, a partnership deed is a legal document that outlines the terms and conditions of a partnership. It is an important tool for any partnership, as it helps to avoid misunderstandings and disputes and provides protection for the partners. Be sure to include all of the key elements in your partnership deed to ensure that everyone is on the same page and to protect your interests. Economy. An economy is a system that determines how a society produces, distributes, and consumes goods and services. There are three main types of economic systems: traditional, market, and planned. A traditional economic system is based on the customs and beliefs of a society. In this type of system, people typically produce what they need for themselves and their families, and there is little or no exchange of goods and services with others. Traditional economic systems are often found in small, isolated communities where people rely on farming, hunting, and fishing to meet their basic needs. A market economic system is based on the principles of supply and demand. In this type of system, people produce and sell goods and services to others in exchange for money. Prices for goods and services are determined by the forces of supply and demand, and the government generally does not intervene in economic decisions. Market economic systems are often associated with capitalism and are found in countries such as the United States and Canada. A planned economic system is based on central planning by the government. In this type of system, the government determines what goods and services will be produced and how they will be distributed. Prices are often set by the government, and private ownership of businesses may be limited or banned. Planned economic systems are often associated with socialism and are found in countries such as China and Cuba. In conclusion, an economy is a system that determines how a society produces, distributes, and consumes goods and services. There are three main types of economic systems: traditional, market, and planned. Each type of system has its own unique characteristics and approaches to the production and distribution of goods and services. Understanding these different economic systems can help us to better understand how societies function and make informed decisions about our own economic choices. Advantages and disadvantages of planned economies. A planned economic system, also known as a socialist or command economy, is a type of economic system in which the government plays a central role in the production and distribution of goods and services. In a planned economic system, the government makes all of the economic decisions rather than allowing the market to determine prices and production. One of the main advantages of a planned economic system is that it can help to ensure that everyone has access to basic necessities, such as food, housing, and healthcare. In a planned economy, the government can allocate resources to meet the needs of the population, rather than allowing the market to dictate what is produced and sold. This can lead to greater equality and a more equitable distribution of wealth. Another advantage of a planned economic system is that it can allow for long-term planning and development. Since the government makes all of the economic decisions, it can allocate resources in a way that is strategic and focused on the long-term goals of the society. This can lead to more efficient use of resources and can help to ensure that resources are used for the benefit of the society as a whole. However, there are also several disadvantages to a planned economic system. One disadvantage is that it can be inflexible and slow to respond to changes in consumer demand. Since the government makes all of the economic decisions, it may be slow to adjust production levels or introduce new products in response to changes in consumer preferences. This can lead to shortages or surpluses of certain goods and can be frustrating for consumers. Another disadvantage of a planned economic system is that it can stifle innovation and creativity. Since the government determines what is produced and how it is produced, there may be less incentive for individuals to come up with new ideas or to try new things. This can lead to a lack of innovation and can limit the potential for economic growth. In conclusion, a planned economic system has both advantages and disadvantages. While it can help to ensure that everyone has access to basic necessities and can allow for long-term planning and development, it can also be inflexible and slow to respond to changes in consumer demand, and it can stifle innovation and creativity. Ultimately, the benefits and drawbacks of a planned economic system depend on how it is implemented and managed. A mixed economic system is a type of economic system that combines elements of both a market economy and a planned economy. In a mixed economic system, the government plays a role in the economy, but it also allows for some level of private enterprise and market competition. One advantage of a mixed economic system is that it can provide a balance between the efficiency of a market economy and the social welfare of a planned economy. By allowing some private enterprise and market competition, a mixed economic system can encourage innovation and productivity. At the same time, the government can regulate certain industries and provide social services such as healthcare and education to ensure that everyone has access to basic necessities. Another advantage of a mixed economic system is that it can provide stability and predictability. Since the government plays a role in the economy, it can provide a degree of stability and predictability that may not be present in a pure market economy. This can be especially important in times of economic instability or crisis, as the government can take steps to protect the economy and the welfare of the population. However, there are also some disadvantages to a mixed economic system. One disadvantage is that it can be difficult to find the right balance between government intervention and private enterprise. If the government intervenes too much, it can stifle innovation and hinder economic growth. On the other hand, if the government does not intervene enough, it can lead to social inequality and leave certain groups of people behind. Another disadvantage of a mixed economic system is that it can be complex and confusing. Since it combines elements of both a market economy and a planned economy, it can be difficult to understand and predict how the economy will function. This can make it challenging for businesses and individuals to make economic decisions. In conclusion, a mixed economic system is a type of economic system that combines elements of both a market economy and a planned economy. It has both advantages and disadvantages, including the ability to provide a balance between efficiency and social welfare, stability, and predictability. Now guys, let's take a look at some exam multiple choice questions. Try to answer as much as possible with your answers in the comment section of this video. Now guys, let's take a look at some of the answers. See how much you got correct. If you got less than 10 correct, rewatch the video. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, you can like, you can also subscribe and share. What are you waiting for? Please subscribe down below.